Welcome to NT Coins World, the ultimate destination where rare coins come to life, where every coin tells a story, and where collectors like you find their next obsession. Today, we're diving deep into two of the most historically significant, visually captivating, and collector-adored $1 coins in American numismatic history. Get ready, because the value, rarity, and rich backstories behind these coins might just leave you stunned. These aren't just coins, they're surviving pieces of American identity and power. Whether you're new to collecting or a seasoned expert, this video is your gateway to discovering why the 1797 to 1801 and 1837 to 1841 $1 coins are true crown jewels of early US coinage. When you hold a 1797 to 1801 draped bust dollar in your hand, you're not just holding silver. You're holding history forged in the earliest days of the United States. This coin marks the second design in the early dollar coin series, replacing the flowing hair dollar of 1794 to 1795. The design shift was more than artistic, it was symbolic. The young nation wanted a coinage system that looked stable, refined, and classical, mirroring European standards while still exuding the boldness of a revolutionary republic. The draped bust dollar was minted at the Philadelphia Mint, as no branch mints existed at the time. These coins were struck from 1795 through 1804, though only coins dated up to 1803 were released publicly during the time. For our focus, the 1797 to 1801 range reflects an era of significant design evolution and important historical context. John Adams and Thomas Jefferson served as presidents during this time, and the young nation was dealing with internal political divisions, the threat of war with France, and the development of its financial institutions. The obverse features a beautifully rendered liberty designed by Robert Scott, based on a drawing by Gilbert Stuart. Her hair flows back naturally, framed with a soft draped gown, giving her the name Draped Bust. The word liberty arches above her head, and depending on the year, either 13 or 15 stars encircle the bust, representing the original colonies and new states entering the Union. The date rests at the bottom of the coin. The reverse, meanwhile, presents two different styles. The 1797 coins use the small eagle reverse, a relatively simple eagle with outstretched wings perched on a cloud surrounded by a wreath. From 1798 onward, the Mint adopted the heraldic eagle design. This more robust and powerful eagle, clutching arrows and an olive branch, was directly inspired by the Great Seal of the United States. A shield covers the eagle's chest, and above its head are 13 stars beneath a cluster of clouds and rays. Around the edge, the words United States of America form a perfect circle. Notably, there is no denomination marked on these coins, which was common for early US silver coinage. Their weight and size alone communicated value. Mintage numbers for this series were relatively low. In 1797, only about 7,776 draped bust dollars were struck. Production ramped up in subsequent years with 327,536 coins struck in 1798, around 423,515 in 1799, and roughly 220,920 in 1799, 1,800. The 1801 issue saw about 54,454 coins produced, a steep decline possibly due to silver shortages and changing mint priorities. Over the centuries, countless examples were melted, lost, or worn into oblivion. Surviving examples in fine condition, defined by clear outlines of Liberty's face and visible eagle features, despite moderate wear, are now rare and highly prized. Even a heavily circulated draped bust dollar commands respect in the market. In fine condition, these coins can fetch anywhere from $2,000 to $6,000 depending on year and variety. Higher grade examples and rarities like overdates or unusual die, marriages can reach 5 or 6 figures at auction. Collectors have documented a wide range of fascinating varieties and errors within this series. For example, the 1799 draped bust dollar is famous for its 7x6 and 8 by 5 star arrangements. The 1798/7 overdate and 1800/1799 overdate are also sought-after varieties that add significantly to value. Some coins show die cracks, clashing, or misalignment that interest error collectors. The 1797 to 1801 Draped Bust Dollar stands out because of its transitional significance, beautiful classical design, and scarcity in all grades. It offers a direct tactile connection to the early years of the American Republic, to the very leaders and values that shaped a nation. Whether for investment or historical passion, this coin remains one of the most revered $1 coins ever minted. The second dollar coin in our spotlight is a very different creature, yet just as steeped in historical resonance. From 1837 to 1841, the United States Mint produced one of the most elegant and collectible silver coins in American history, the Gobrecht Dollar. This coin represented a shift toward modern coinage, and it introduced one of the most iconic motifs in American numismatics, the seated Liberty design. It was named after Christian Gobrecht, the chief engraver of the U.S. Mint and a master of design innovation. In 1837, following years of dissatisfaction with the earlier coinage styles, Mint director Robert M. Patterson commissioned Gobrecht to create a new silver dollar that would redefine U.S. coinage aesthetics. The seated Liberty design was born, heavily influenced by British neoclassicism and representing liberty in a seated pose, a major departure from the previous bust portrayals. The obverse of the Gobrecht dollar features Lady Liberty seated on a rock, facing left. She holds a Union shield in her right hand, symbolizing national unity, while her left hand lifts a liberty pole topped with a Phrygian cap, a long-standing symbol of freedom. 13 stars curve overhead to represent the original colonies, and the date rests at the bottom. The reverse showcases a stunning flying eagle design, wings stretched as it glides across a star-filled sky. The inscription reads United States of America, with the denomination $1 below. This reverse design is notable because it closely resembles earlier sketches by artist Titian Peale and was seen as an artistic triumph. While some 1836 dated coins with similar designs exist, those were technically pattern coins struck for testing. The regular issue Gobrecht dollars began in 1837 and continued through 1839 with restrikes dated through 1841. These coins were initially minted in small batches and were seen as presentation pieces or test issues. Only around 1,000 coins were struck in 1837, 300 in 1838, and a few hundred more in 1839, with restrikes issued in 1839, 1859 to 1860 due to collector demand. Altogether, original Gobrecht dollar production is estimated to be under 2,000 coins. Because of this extremely limited mintage, the coin has always been considered scarce and elite. Even in fine condition, where the seated Liberty and Eagle are partially worn but still defined, these coins remain in high demand. In today's market, a genuine Gobrecht dollar from this era, in fine condition, can fetch between $8,000 and $25,000. High-grade examples with deep mirror-proof-like fields have sold for over $100,000 in auctions. The Gobrecht dollars are often slabbed and graded by major certification agencies like PCGS and NGC, who also help confirm authenticity due to the existence of restrikes and counterfeits. One of the most captivating aspects of the Gobrecht dollar is its wide array of varieties and die alignments. Some 1,838 examples show a medal turn, where the obverse and reverse are aligned like a medal, while others have a coin turn, the standard for US coins. The presence or absence of stars on the reverse, as well as the orientation of the eagle, creates subcategories that collectors follow obsessively. Gobrecht dollars were also the first US coins to incorporate anti-counterfeiting devices like raised borders and edge reading, making them a technological leap forward. Error coins are rare but do exist. Die cracks, plancher flaws, and double strikes can significantly increase a coin's value, especially given the small number originally minted. The historical context of the 1837 to 1841 Gobrecht dollar is deeply compelling. This coin arrived during the presidency of Martin van Buren and in the shadow of Andrew Jackson's dramatic anti-bank campaigns. It reflects a time when America was expanding westward and reshaping its financial institutions. It also represents a moment when artistry and coinage came together to redefine US money's visual language. For collectors, the Gobrecht dollar is both a prize and a puzzle. Authentic examples must be verified due to restrikes, but once confirmed, they stand as some of the most historically rich and visually stunning coins in US history. Whether you are drawn to its scarcity, design, or historical connection, the Gobrecht dollar from 1837 to 1841 offers a collecting experience that few other coins can match. It is a small silver disc that carries the vision of liberty, seated proudly on a coin that helped lay the foundation for nearly a century of American silver coinage. Thank you for joining us here at NT Coins World, where each coin uncovers a legacy. If you enjoyed diving into the history, rarity, and remarkable value of these incredible $1 coins, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss another deep dive into the world of rare and valuable coins. Until next time, keep hunting, keep collecting, and as always, treasure the past to invest in the future.